What's going on, everyone? My name's Rancer, and we're going to do another excellent Wi-Fi battle for April the hold on, April the 18th, 2014. We're going to do another excellent Wi-Fi battle. I had another match against my friend Dalan, who, if you actually know, just need to put this closer. There we go. Who, if you actually seen my previous Wi-Fi match, you know I played against Dalan with one of my teams. And we had a really good close match, really good game. I decided to challenge him because I wanted to try this trick room team, which, if you've seen the last video I just uploaded recently, you know that this is a trick room team I'm trying out, so I'm not going to talk about my team. And also, you're going to have to watch the last episode to find out about my trick room team. So let's talk about my opponent's team. Honestly, though, I kind of right off the bat that I probably lost the game because he has some freaking threats on his team that are such huge threats. We had a match before, but I really got destroyed easily because I made terrible plays. This match I still lost, but at least it was a better game though than the last one, as I made slightly better plays, but not exactly. But so, anyways, let's talk about his team. He has a Togekiss, which, if you've paid attention to my previous videos, you know I fucking hate Togekiss so damn much. Paraflinch, air slash spamming is so damn annoying. And because, honestly, you really can't do anything to Togekiss. Once you thought the way, all they have to do is just spam fucking air slash, and they pretty much kill you so damn easily. And you only have like a very slim chance to actually manage to don't get flinched at all, which is, again, like I said, it's such a damn annoying fucking set. I hate Togekiss so much. But I'm not going to rant about it anymore, so let's continue on. He's got the Latias, which is a, once again, it's another big threat to my team at the most. It's another threat. But he's also got the Crawdon, which, honestly though, I don't know if Dalan actually knows this, but Crawdon's actually been banned from Smogon. Or at the very least, Smogon actually banned Crawdon for, I don't know really what the reason is for it. I understand because of adaptability, but, and also because of a choice ban, it's incredibly powerful, but at the same time, I don't really think they should really ban it for that. Because Crawdon's not really that powerful as they say. I mean, I understand because of adaptability, but you can counter it. You just really need good counters to it. And this thing is good counters to it, which, honestly, you can counter. It's just a bit hard to do it, but he has the Darmanitan, which, if you've been playing against Darmanitan recently, because a lot of people now use Darmanitan nowadays, as this thing, Darmanitan is an incredibly powerful monster. I mean, it is such a freaking monster, especially with Choice Scar. Really high attack stat, or with Choice Band. Oh boy, he can hit walls like a fucking truck. It really hits walls like a monster. One Flare Blitz or one Flare Blitz easily can almost one hit KO a really bulky physical wall. In fact, I actually think, from what I've actually looked up, it turns out that Darmanitan, even with no Choice Band or just Choice Scarf, actually can 2-hit KO a Mega Aggron. That is insanely powerful from a Darmanitan, and I need to be careful because that thing is a huge threat. He's also got the Viva Keon, or whatever it's called. That's actually the first time I've seen that poke, because honestly, the other ones that everyone runs is either the Cobalion or the Terrakion with Keldeo. As nobody doesn't run that Pokemon. I know that thing's part aggressive, part fighting type. Which is interesting. And he's got the other Pokemon, which honestly, from what I've seen in the last match, is probably one of the biggest threats to my entire team, is actually that SCIZOR. And trust me, that SCIZOR was a fucking problem to begin with. It was a huge problem. So, we're going to start the matchup, and honestly though, I still have to improve the trick room team. I still have to improve it a bit more, just to at least make it better at the most, but I don't know. So, instead of actually starting with Grand Ball, I actually started off with the Weezing predicting the SCIZOR as the lead. Because when we started the match, I actually started off with Grand Ball as the lead, and he started off with Darmanitan, so I actually switched to Weezing, and the SCIZOR as the lead this time. He's going to actually send in the Latios predicting the Will-O-Wisp or which is not a bad play, but I could have just double switched out predicting the Latios, but I really honestly had no other choice, so I'm definitely not going to let James die to an extra center or side shot, so I decided to switch it to my lab before time, since it's pretty much a special defensive monster, which, unfortunately though, that does a decent amount, but I am switched. But unfortunately, he gets the special defense drop, And this was one of the worst plays I made in the game. And this was just in the first 3 turns of the game, by the way. Just the first 3 turns. I actually switch out, okay? I switch out, okay, well, okay. Maybe, I know he's got the special defense up, but maybe I can actually force him to switch out. Nope, he goes straight into fucking sidekick, and this unfortunately was a big fucking problem for me because, and this was one of the worst plays I made because Scramble was very important for this game, and I let it die way too fucking early, and that really fucking sucks, as what I should have really done was just let Aurora stay in and maybe let it die, because now they got the special defense drop, it's pretty useless, and I needed it alive simply for that Togekiss. But unfortunately, it really doesn't happen, so he switches out Goliath into his Dark Manitan, as I immediately go ahead and, so, actually, sorry, no. I actually do a double switch predicting the Dark Manitan coming in, so I can actually set up the Trick Room. As he goes for the Flare Blitz, I know this thing's gonna hit me like a fucking monster, I mean, look at that, that does a clean 60%, and I'm a Ball Nature set. So, I go straight into Trick Room. Go in the Trick Room. And honestly though, what I should have really done was go for Psychic, just to dish out as much damage as I could this thing, but I actually decided to switch, instead of actually going for and he switches out into his Reaper, which, honestly, I actually don't mind that too much, as I don't really mind that too much, so he is obviously going to switch out and go back in the lives, but honestly, I kind of predicted to send him back in, so I actually I went for Flamethrower, actually, because I was predicting to maybe switch out, but honestly, he's not going to stay in against the Slowbro. And what I should have done was went for Sludge Bomb, but again, that was another misplay I made, so, but I mean, that happens a lot. You make a ton of misplays that results in bad stuff, so I decided to switch out into my Brain Cell, simply because I really cannot really do that much to this thing at all. The only thing I could really do is just pretty much just trying to kill this Laius. And luckily, this Life Orb Psychic does in fact kill the Laius from that range, which is actually perfect. Unfortunately, the damage is returned to normal, so he gets a free switch now into his Dark, and now he can easily outspeed me. To which, all honesty, I was thinking of switching, keeping Relicus because there's some Pokemon he could take care of, but I actually did not do that. I switched on, he actually predicts that and goes for U-turn, which, that really stinks. I should have just sacked off Uniclus so that I can easily send in something to counter it, but he actually sends in the Crawl Down, which I find a bit odd move, honestly, but I actually do understand because this, trust me when I say that this knockoff, you're going to see that does a crap ton of fucking damage on me, and I understand because I have an item, but that knockoff does way too much damage, way too much. Sorry. But yeah, I understand Corona's adaptability, which really increases the power of all the stab-moves like Knockoff and Waterfall. But that knockoff did a crap ton of damage, and I still managed to, thanks to Will-O-Wisp managing to land, I actually lived that second knockoff and I go for Pain Split. I don't get that much life back because honestly Corona doesn't really have good HP to begin with, so I honestly would have expected that, but I decided, well, I think it's about time I sack off Uniclus and just switch out. Because I could maybe stay in and go for Sludge Bomb, but I actually want to dish out more damage on this thing, so that's the reason why I did it. So, I'm actually going to use this opportunity to send in the Mawile, as he actually switches out into his Dark Manitan. I know for a fact this thing is a powerful, so instead of actually going for switching out, predicting that, going back to square one, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go straight into Play Rough this time, because, well, actually, because I want to. I go for Play Rough, and as you can tell, lightest fucking damage, that nearly kills the Dark Manitan. And I know Dark Manitan resists that, but, oh my lord, I could not believe he lived through that. And that really sucks. And honestly, though, I actually decided after this matchup, I decided to actually go to Weezing, because I thought maybe I could maybe live through him, but he actually gets a critical hit. And I don't know if that crit really mattered or not, but at least I got rid of the Dark Manitan. That thing is a big threat. But it really sucks too, because Weezing is my best counter towards that. It's my best counter towards that Scizor, including that Vivicaon on his team. And honestly, these were his last two Pokemon. And honestly, I really knew right off the bat I really lost the game. I actually went into a war, predicted to go over a different Pokemon, but he actually switches and goes into Scizor, which Unfortunately, I really cannot do that much, so I lost the game from here, as I made a really bad lead play. Anyways, as he goes straight into Bullet Punch, which, honestly, I think the technician ability on SCIZOR is really stupid, in my opinion, because I think the only reason why SCIZOR is in the top tier, I think it's only because of its ability, Technician. Obviously, because that makes his Bullet Punch way too powerful. You can sweep teams, and honestly, I find that so dumb and stupid. I just find it so stupid. Anyway, he's actually gonna go for Swords Dance, which I go straight into the Machamp because I go for Stockpile. And honestly, I kind of prefer Swords Dance over this because at least that'll allow me to actually I go straight away for the Dynamic Punch, you can tell, and that does a crap ton of damage on this thing. And it is part steel, so it actually does do a lot of damage. And here, I went for Dynamic Punch again, which, again, was a really, really bad play on my part, because I'm so used to confusing myself with Dynamic Punch. I should have went for Stone predicting Togekiss, but it happens, it does happen, so, right here, he's gonna confusion. Luckily, he does actually hurt himself with the confusion, so I managed to land the Stone Edge with absolutely no problem. It does a crap ton of damage, but it's not enough where it can kill. You know, so it really didn't do enough. And the only thing I could really do at this point is just go for Bullet Punch, and look at how much damage the first one did. The next one is a guaranteed KO. However, though, he pulls through with the confusion, lands the Thunder Wave, and I know right off the bat I'm in big fucking trouble, and the only chance I really have is to land this Dynamic Punch. Or no, not sorry, not Dynamic Punch. I mean Bullet Punch, which will kill this Togekiss, and I no longer have to worry about this thing. I go for it, but guess what? Parax comes in, and honestly, Parax is such a damn annoying fucking move. It's such a damn annoying. Getting Parax is so damn annoying. The one thing I hate the most about Paraxes is that they always come in at the worst fucking timing. Like that time I tried to go for Bullet Punch. I get Parax, which is an easy one at KO on this, which is an easy KO on this thing, and I took way too much damage. If I landed that Bullet Punch, I would have been able to live through the next attack. I would have been able to live through the next attack regardless, but since of the Crawler, which I actually lived through that, to be fair. I actually lived. I go for Bullet Punch that time, but unfortunately, yet again, I get paralyzed at the worst fucking timing. That, unfortunately, really fucking stinks. That really, really sucks. Sucks. Which I understand going for Aqua Jet is adaptability, but, if I did not get Parallax that first time, I would have been able to survive a couple hits and then probably win this game. Or have a chance to anyway. And honestly though, look at his team, I really completely lost, because there is literally nothing I can really do now. As I completely lost this game completely, because I cannot do anything at all. And this is why Parallax is such a big fucking annoying problem, and really damn annoying, because Parallaxes only come in at the worst timing possible. So, worse is my last poke, I really cannot do anything at all to him, so I don't want to blame myself. I really honestly cannot do anything at all. Honestly, what I really should have done was, that's a problem. If I went straight for Stone Edge, predicting Togekiss, and I managed to pull through the Parallax and get a land Stone Edge, I think I would have maybe had a chance to win this, and I would have been able to switch into a Warps easily against the, against the Crawdaunt, because even though I'm not physically defensive, I could just sack it off because it can't do anything to the rest of his Pokemon, so I had to do it. So, but honestly though, I think he won the game anyway regardless. As soon as I lost that Weezing and Machamp, I pretty much lost because I really cannot do anything. And this is the one problem I hate about priority Pokemon is, this is the one thing I'm starting to dislike about True Grunties is, despite the fact it's good for certain Pokemon, the only Pokemon who could take full advantage of that are Pokemon with priority moves, like SCIZOR. This is why SCIZOR was the biggest threat on his team next to Darmanitan, because of that fucking Bullet Punch with Technician ability. It's just so stupid, in my opinion. That's a stupid ability for SCIZOR. He's only in the high tiers just because of Technician. That's the only reason for it. And I'm sorry if I'm complaining or whatever, but it really is true, in my opinion. He's only in the high tiers just because of Technician alone. But Bullet Punch is way too fucking powerful, since it's stab or whatever, but It was a nice match regardless. It was a definitely nice match. It's just that I had to change some moves right after this battle. Actually, I had to change some moves on my Pokemon, which I probably will do. But thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you later.